Okay, Shalom. Okay, first and foremost, I would like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash, and double honors and respect to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth, as well as much respect and honors to the brothers that are pushing this truth in sincerity across the four winds of this earth and risking their lives and freedom to do so. I would also like to give much honors and respect to the brothers and sisters that are of the hopeful elect that are doing their very best to keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High to the best of their abilities. Shalom. This is Caleb of Judah, and I'm coming back at you with a quick lesson. I have this article right here, and this is coming from CNN.com. Okay, and the title of it says, Justin Bieber cancels remaining Justice World Tour dates. Okay, and this is a fairly new article, which dated March the 1st, 2023. Okay, and I'm not going to read this article, but I am going to scroll down because, here it is last June, and it says it in this article. Last June, Justin Bieber announced that he was suffering from a condition. And right here in this particular article, in this paragraph, here's the name of the condition. It's called Ramsay-Hunt syndrome. And it says, which left his face partially paralyzed. Okay. Now here it is, as a result of this condition that Justin Bieber is, currently suffering from. He had some tours last year that he canceled. Okay. And now this year he's canceling some tours as well. Okay. And all of us know, for the most part, for the most part, everybody pretty much knows that, Justin Bieber, he's a Canadian citizen. Okay, and at one time, and I don't know if they're still doing it, if they're pushing it very hard still, but at one time, Canada was pushing very hard, for the citizens, to drink that Kool-Aid, okay? And in order for them to, the Canadian citizens to travel and to come over here to the U.S., they had to have a sip of that Kool-Aid, okay? And just like even over here at one time in the U.S., they were pushing very hard for people to have it, to attend, certain venues and various establishments and businesses and whatnot, and restaurants and whatnot. Okay. And so, it was no secret that, Justin Bieber, he had a drink of that Kool-Aid, he and his wife. As a matter of fact, his wife is, she's suffering from some issues as well. I think she has some clots on the brain or something like that. Okay. As a matter of fact, I have another article. That I want to share right here. Okay. And this article, I want to say this came out right here. It has March the 7th right here. But but I think it actually came out in June the 11th, 2022. And you see the title. I'm not going to read it. You see it. And this is coming from the Vancouver Times. Okay. Now, this particular article right here, actually, when you do a search, on Justin Bieber, you got, Evil E, basically trying to, discredit this particular article right here, and basically trying to say, that, Justin Bieber's condition is not the result, of him, drinking the Kool-Aid. Okay. And like I say, once again, if you do a Google search, you'll see a bunch of, these fact checkers that, Evil E has bought and paid for, basically trying to, discredit this particular article right here, that I'm showing you right now. And they're trying to say that, once again, that his condition is not related to him, drinking that goofy juice. But, but anybody, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see, we know, that, the reason why, he's going through what he's going through is because of, like I say, of him drinking that goofy juice. Okay. And like I say, his wife going through something, as well, and we're seeing other people, like I say, going through similar, things as well as a result, like I say, of drinking that goofy juice. Okay. Now here it is. I hear a lot of brothers. I've heard some brothers say that Justin Bieber, could be a Jake, and he could be. I don't know, but that's neither here or there. The point that I'm trying to take away from this is that Justin Bieber, basically, he subjected himself, to that goofy juice, just so that he could pretty much, tour, basically maintain his career, maintain a lifestyle that he's accustomed to living. Okay. But as a result of him trusting, like I say, in that goofy juice, he's basically compromised his career. Okay. He's even compromised his health. Okay. And with that being said, just like Justin Bieber, okay, you had a lot of Jakes and Neves out here that did the same thing. Okay. You had a lot of Jakes and Neves out here that subjected themselves, to that goofy juice just so that they could keep a job, so that they could keep, slaving for Esau, just so that they could continue to maintain a certain lifestyle, just so they could, continue to travel and go out and whatnot, And we see how, this is playing out for a lot of people, like I say, that trusted in Evil E, with that goofy juice. Okay, we see how it's playing out, But once again, you had a lot of our people, and when I say our people, I'm talking about the nation of Israel, who you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and those that are other speckled bird that look like these other nations. But you go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob on your father's side, you had a lot of our people that subjected themselves to that goofy juice just so that they can continue, to maintain a certain lifestyle, just so that they can continue to travel, and as a result, a lot of our people, like I say, are flopping and dropping. A lot of our people, that took that goofy juice just so that they could keep a job. A lot of them are unable to work that job now because they've compromised their health. A lot of them, like I say, are no longer here now, And so, this is why, we should not be trusted in this devil, Evil E, okay? Because Evil E brings nothing but death and destruction, okay? That's all Esau Edom brings. It's nothing but death and destruction. All you got to do is just look around, Here it is. I know so many people, that trusted in this devil, and they're having so many issues now, Here it is. I've lost so many classmates within the past 2 years. I've lost count, Here it is. I just lost another classmate this past Friday. And I know, that he ran down there and trusted in this devil with that goofy juice. I pretty much know that that's what he did, because here it is. His mother did the same thing, and I'm pretty sure he was probably either listening to his mother, because she's on social media. She was on social media pushing it, and so I'm pretty sure he either listened to his mother or he either, listened to Esau, and he went down there and got it, and he's no longer here, But like I said, I done lost so many classmates, within the past 2 years that I've lost count of it, But once again, this is why, we should be trusting in our higher power, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, versus trusting in this devil, Evil E, because Evil E brings nothing but death and destruction, I'm not going to keep this lesson long. I'm going to bring out a couple of scriptures. The first scripture I actually want to go to is in the book of Ecclesiasticus, and this is chapter 21, and this is verse 2. And it reads, "Flee from sin as from the face of a serpent." It says, "For if thou comest too near it, it will bite thee. The teeth thereof are as the teeth of a lion, slaying the souls of men." Okay, here it is. Evil E is that serpent. Okay, and a lot of our people, like I say, subjected themselves, to him and that bite. Okay, and like I say, you see how it's playing out for a lot of our people. A lot of our people, like I say, are flopping and dropping all over the place. A lot of our people, like I say, subjected themselves, to this devil just so that they can maintain, their job, just so that they can continue to slave for this devil. And see, now here it is. A lot of our people, are unable, to work now as a result, okay, of trusting in this, trusting in this devil with that Kool-Aid. A lot of our people, like I say, they're having all type of, issues and whatnot because they can't work now because they ran down there and they drink that goofy juice. And like I said, a lot of our people, are no longer here now, Here it is. I have a friend, that's in the world, and here it is. I warned him, this is, a little over a year ago. I warned him about, about that, about trusting in this devil with that, with that Kool-Aid. I even showed him videos and everything. But, he ignored the warnings and he went down there anyway and he drank it. He went down there and drank it anyway. I think he got about maybe, 2 or 3 drinks of it, And he was even, like I say, bashing people for not drinking it. I started staying clear of him, And here it is now, fast forward a year and a half later, he called me up and he told me, he said everything that I had said, about, that goofy juice is coming, is coming to light. Because here it is, I had warned him, like I said, I had warned him not to take it. I said, you're going to see a lot of people flopping and dropping after drinking that, okay? But like I say, he ignored the warning. And like I said, he called me up, about a week and a half ago, and he had told me that, that he's starting to see, what I was saying, actually happening, okay? Because, a lot of people that he that subjected themselves to it, are basically, like I said, they dropping. And here it is. He was telling me that, that you can tell he was nervous. He even admitted, he said he was scared, but like I say, here it is. He was warned and he ignored them. He ignored the warnings, Okay. Okay. The next scripture I want to go to is in the book of this is Matthew, and this is chapter 16, and this is verse 25. And it reads, "For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it." Okay. And here it is. You had a lot of our people, trying to save their own life, by, running down there, trusting in evil E, and like I say, you see how that's playing out for a lot of people, It says, "For whosoever will save his life shall lose it." And we're seeing that happening. A lot of people who tried to save their lives by trusting in evil E and that Kool-Aid, they're losing their lives. Okay. They're having all type of issues too. A lot of people, like I say, that tried to, save their job and everything like that. They're unable to even work that job now because of, issues they're having from subjecting themselves, like I say, to that Kool-Aid. And like I say, here it is. A lot of them are no longer here now. Okay. And it says, "And whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it." Okay. Because here it is. You had a lot of brothers, that stood 10 toes down. Okay. And they resisted this devil and all of his different threats. Okay. Here it is. This devil, like I say, he even, a lot of brothers, even lost their jobs behind it. But they still stood 10 toes down and they resisted this devil, and his threats, and in the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushua maintained those brothers, throughout that time, and a lot of those brothers, have even been increased too, speaking of myself, here it is. On a former job that I was working, they tried to get me to drink that Kool-Aid, and they threatened to terminate me. They said if I didn't drink it, and I told them, I said, well, you can go ahead and terminate me. I said, because I'm not going to drink it. I said, as a matter of fact, if you won't, I said, I'll go ahead and leave out today. Now here it is. They ended up not terminating me, but, shortly after that, they made that threat to me. The Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, made another job, available for me, and I ended up taking that other job, and here it is. The job that I'm working now, they didn't, they're not threatening me, or they didn't try to threaten me to try to force me to, to drink that Kool-Aid, and here it is. And because I remained 10 toes down and, and I trusted in my higher power, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he put me in that position. He put me in like I said, a better position, because this current job that I'm working right now, I work from home 95% of the time. I even got a pay raise out of it too, here it is. Like I say, and also too, from, with working 95% of the time from home, that's less wear and tear on my vehicle. So that's less money I got to spend in maintenance, gas and whatnot. The Most High increased me in the end, because I maintained, my faith and trust, in the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And you had a lot of other brothers that did the same thing, you know. Like I say, a lot of people though, that tried to basically save themselves by, running down there trusting in evil E. Like I say, a lot of those people are flopping and dropping now, you know. Okay, this is Acts and this is chapter 5 and this is verse 29. And it reads, Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, We ought to obey Yahweh rather than man. Okay, and that's right. Okay, because the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua tells us to never trust thy enemy. Okay, and Esau Edom is the enemy. Okay, and Esau Edom, he's been raping and robbing and murdering our people since the inception of America. Even before then, this devil, he has a bad track record. He's proven time and time again that he's the enemy and that he's not to be trusted. And like I say, the warnings went out. But a lot of our people, they just ignored the warnings. And they ran down and they trusted in this devil. And like I say, once again, we see how this playing out. Acts chapter 5 and verse 29 again, it says, Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, We ought to obey Yahweh rather than men. Okay, and once again, the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua tells us to never trust our enemy. Okay, and we don't supposed to be defiling our temples. Okay, and running down the evil E and putting that garbage in you, that's defiling your temple. I mean, like I said, you see what's happening to a lot of people who subjected themselves to it. Here it is. I mean, and I've shared this story before, and I'll share it again. I mean, I had a lot of family members, that turned on me. Because I wouldn't follow their lead, and run down there and drink that Kool-Aid. I had I had a couple of family members that, that cursed me out and disowned me, Now here it is. I mean, fast forward about a year and a half later, those same family members that was all loud and that was pushing, that Kool-Aid of evil E's, they are so quiet now. They're extra quiet. They're quiet and they're nervous right now, because they're seeing what's happening to a lot of people who subjected themselves to it. I even had some other family members, like I say, that, that ran down there and drank it, and they were warned, but they ignored the warnings. They ran down there and drank it. And now they're having, all type of health issues, but here it is. They're ignoring, they want to blame it on everything else except, what's really causing them to have these issues. And we know what's causing them to have these issues, but they're in denial. They so proud they don't even want to admit, to what's really causing them to have these issues. Okay, this is the book of Matthew, and this is chapter 6, and this is verse 21. And it reads, For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Okay. And see, here it is, instead of Jake, having his mind on the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and building up treasures in the new righteous kingdom to come. Jake, you had a lot of these Jakes and Eves, they rather, had their mind on the things of this world. Here it is, you had a lot of Jakes and Eves, they wanted to continue to travel and, wanted to continue to partake in, various venues and whatnot, that evil E had to offer. They they wanted to, continue to, maintain a lifestyle. In this, this wicked rulership of evil E's. And so as a result, a lot of, Jakes and Eves, they subjected themselves, to that, that potion. Okay. Matthew chapter 6 and verse 21 again, it says, For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Okay. Your heart meaning your mind. Okay, and like I say, instead of, Jake, focusing on the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua and focusing on building up treasures in the new righteous kingdom to come, Jake rather focus on the things of this world that evil E has to offer. And see, the things of this world that evil E has to offer, they fade, they break down, they malfunction, they rust away, the moths eat away at them, But see, the treasures in the new righteous kingdom to come, you won't have to worry about things like that happening. You won't have to worry about them, things in the new righteous kingdom or treasures in the new righteous kingdom. You won't have to worry about, those treasures, malfunctioning or breaking down, or you won't have to worry about, evil E trying to take them from you, like how he can do, in his kingdom. you know. Matthew chapter 6 and verse 21, again, it says, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Okay. And see, I know this one Jake in particular, here it is. I mean, soon as Evil E made that, that Kool-Aid available, he ran straight down there. Okay. I mean, he didn't resist to do anything. I mean, he ran straight down there and submitted. Okay. And he had maybe 2 or 3 drinks of it. Okay. He did that, so that he could continue, to basically focus on the things of this world that Evil E has to offer, so that he could continue to, to go to certain venues, and so that he could continue to travel, and so that he could continue to, to wear Louis Vuittons and wear Gucci's and stuff like that, and, drive expensive cars. And there's nothing wrong with having nice things, but, anytime you're willing to, subject yourself to something, that could possibly harm you or delete you just to have those things, that's a very destroyed mentality to have. Okay. That's a very destroyed mentality to have. And a lot of our people, like I say, 2/3 of our people are destroyed, have a destroyed mentality, Okay. Okay, this is Matthew, and this is chapter 6, and this is verse 24. And it reads, no man can serve 2 masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. It says, ye could not serve Yahweh and Mammon. Okay, and see, Jake rather, like I say, serve, this devil Evil E, and serve, money, this fiat currency that Evil E has to offer, that's done pretty much lost at least 85% of his spending power, and that's not backed by gold or silver or anything. Jake rather, serve, Evil E in this little fiat currency versus serving the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua, Matthew chapter 6 and verse 24 again, it says, no man can serve 2 masters. It says, for he will either hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve Yahweh and Mammon. Okay. And once again, like I say, this is why, you had a lot of Jakes and Neves, running down there, and submitting to Evil E, and drinking his, like I say, his goofy juice, because, they rather, have served, this devil Evil E, and get his little fiat paper currency versus serving the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua, And you see how it's working, and you see how it's playing out for a lot of people. Like I said, who subjected themselves, to that goofy juice. A lot of people, like I say, flopping and dropping all over the place. Okay, this is the last scripture I'm going to bring out, and then I'm going to end the lesson. This is Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 6. And it reads, but without faith it is impossible to please him. And that's right. It says, for he that cometh to Yahweh must believe that he is, and that he is the rewarder of them that diligently seek him. And that's right. Okay. And see, without faith, it is impossible, to please the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Okay. And see, a lot of our people, they lack faith. 2/3 of our people lack faith in the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua. 2/3 of our people reject the words of the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And like I say, a lot of our people, they fear this devil Evil E, versus fearing the higher power, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That's why, like I say, a lot of our people ran down there and subjected themselves to Evil E, in that, that goofy juice, And just like how you had a lot of our people that subjected themselves to Evil E and that goofy juice, you're going to have a lot of our people that's going to subject themselves to Evil E when he pushes that M-O to the T to the B. And Israel, if you subject yourself to that and you take that M-O to the T, to the B, hey, the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to destroy you. Okay. And so that's pretty much the point. I'm going to go ahead and end the lesson here. I hope it was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, and double honors and respect to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Kwam Yasharal and Abba Abba. Shalom.